Welcome to another Spreadsheeters video guide. You can find written instructions for these steps on the Spreadsheeters website. In this video, we'll see how to insert a drop-down in Google Sheets. To validate the data that is entered in a Google Sheet, it is possible to restrict the values that are allowed by creating a drop-down list. This is very useful when you're creating a form that is going to be circulated amongst users, and you want to be able to define the values that they are allowed to use. This helps you later when you're consolidating the data, and you'll spend less effort in trying to clean up the data. So let's see how to do this in Google Sheets. There are two ways of doing this. One is to type out the list of values. So in this example, I want to create a drop-down list for the age box, and these are the ages I want to allow. So I select the cell, go to data validation, and here the cell range is already specified. Under criteria, I want to give a list of items. So here I will type the values, separate them by commas, 18 to 14. And so now that I have specified that, I will ensure that this is show drop-down list in cell is selected, and I do want to show a warning and say save. So as you can see, a small arrow appears here. Now when I select this, the list is displayed, and I can select any value from this list. If I try to enter some other value that's not in the list, I will get an error message, and I need to change that. So this is one way of doing this. I'm going to press Ctrl Z to undo this and show you the second way, which is to use the values from a list. So again, with the cell selected, I'll go to data, say data validation, and here I'll keep this first option, which is list from a range. So here I need to enter the range. So I'll select this, and I've got the range mentioned here. So I will select that and say OK. And the range gets populated. Again, I'll specify that show the drop-down list in cell and say save. Now again, when I click it, I get the drop-down. The advantage of using this method over the previous method is that anytime if I want to change these values, if I want to change this to maybe say over 51 and say enter, when I change that, that will automatically be updated in this list. So this is the advantage of using a range instead of typing the values in a list. So these are two ways of inserting a drop-down in Google Sheets. Please read the appended article for further guidance.